guys, I hope your week is going well. I've been getting several requests to review the new Roche Posay Adapalene Gel 0.1% acne treatment. I have to tell you guys, this isn't really anything new. While it is a new brand label of Adapalene 0.1% gel, it's the exact same thing as Galderma's Differin gel that I've reviewed and talked about in many other videos. They are the exact same thing, the exact same ingredient list, exact same active drug, which is Adapalene, at the same percentage strength, 0.1%. Their ingredients are the same with one subtle exception, and that is the first ingredient in Differin gel is carbomer 940, whereas in La Roche Posay's it is carbomer homopolymer. I mean, these are pretty much the same ingredients otherwise, and we're just kind of splitting hairs on the type of carbomer that they used as the thickening agent in the vehicle. And for those of you who aren't familiar with that term, vehicle, it really just means everything else in the product that is not an active ingredient that allows it to be something that you can put on your finger and smear on your face. So yeah, they are pretty much, they're identical. It's the same drug. So in other words, if you have been using Differin and you are curious about trying the La Roche Posay one, you're not likely to see any difference. So the reason to switch to the La Roche Posay one, in my opinion, at least in this case when I was shopping for these, is that at CVS, Differin gel is $15.49 for half an ounce, whereas La Roche Posay is $29.99 for 1.6 ounces. So the La Roche Posay one is considerably more cost effective, at least when purchasing from CVS. You know, I imagine that varies substantially from retailer to retailer. I didn't look at places like Walmart, Target, Ulta, Amazon, so check, in other words. If you're using Differin, next time you go to repurchase, do a little comparison shopping to make sure you're getting the best value, because they're identical. And in this case at CVS, the La Roche Posay one happened to be a much better value. But for those of you who aren't familiar with Adapalene, it is a retinoid medication that several years ago was only available by prescription. It is FDA approved for the treatment of acne, and it also has many other skin benefits. It can improve hyperpigmentation, it can help to remove sun-damaged skin cells, it can help in reducing the number of early skin cancers called actinic keratoses. It can improve damage to the deeper layers of our skin. We now have growing evidence in support that it is a good anti-aging ingredient. Adapalene is a retinoid. Now, it's not as well studied for anti-aging purposes as tretinoin, and I've told you guys this in several videos. Tretinoin is a vitamin A derivative like Adapalene, but it has been around a lot longer and has the longest standing history of use, not only for acne, but also for showing an anti-aging benefit. So really, it's the most powerful vitamin A derivative. It's available by prescription only though. So when Adapalene became available over the counter, not only was that wonderful for people with acne, gave them something that they could buy in the store versus having to go back to their provider every time to have refills, you know, when things were stable and they just needed more Adapalene. You know, this gives patients more autonomy, which is fantastic, and it's really inexpensive. $15.49. I mean, I say inexpensive, but for the cost of medications in the States, it's very inexpensive. Prior to Adapalene coming over the counter, the only vitamin A derivatives that you could get over the counter, and you still can get, were retinols. Retinols are different from tretinoin or Adapalene or the other prescription-only vitamin A derivative, tazarotene, in that they are not bioavailable. They require your skin to do some additional chemistry on them in order to get them to the active state where they then can do things like help unplug pores, help control acne, and potentially impart an anti-aging benefit. Topical retinoids like tretinoin, Adapalene, and tazarotene are first-line treatments for acne, and they are incredibly safe and very effective. I will list down below in the description box a reference to a systematic review of all of the literature on their safety and use, because I still get questions about the safety of topical retinoids. And all I can do is reassure you that they're very safe. We've been using them for a long time, and list my references, and but I still get questions about that from time to time. So yes, they're very safe and very effective. The major downside of topical retinoids is that they can be very irritating. Both Differin gel and of course Roche Posay's Adapalene gel, they both have parabens in them, which are preservatives that also are more than safe. I have a video talking about the safety of parabens, because that is something that people are frequently concerned about. Honestly, parabens are the safest preservative for people with eczema, and they have the least sensitizing potential of all preservatives, and therefore they are actually a much better choice in skincare products than some of their alternatives, namely methyl isothiazinolone. So yeah, parabens are a great preservative in skincare products. They keep things like Pseudomonas out. So yeah, that's what I can tell you kind of about the Roche Posay Adapalene gel. I'll just show you guys. But you can see, there is the Roche Posay Adapalene. Like, yeah, I bet you can't tell who's who. I mean, they basically are the same. They are the same thing. So go back to my videos on tips for Differin and starting Differin. I have several skincare routine videos showing you how to apply Differin to the skin. The same will apply to this Roche Posay product. It's the same gel, you guys. It's the same gel, just a different tube and a different label. And it can be used for acne, and it can be used for anti-aging purposes, and it also can be used to improve hyperpigmentation. Some notes about applying Differin: it should not be put around the eyes or around the mouth. The way I recommend using it, as you will see in those videos, is at nighttime. Before you go to bed, you should cleanse your skin at night, remove all dirt, oil, makeup, cosmetics from the day, and immediately after cleansing your skin, a good idea at that point is to put on a moisturizer. Allow the moisturizer to fully dry, and then apply Differin, avoiding around the eyes and around the mouth, or apply Roche Posay's Adapalene, avoiding around the eyes and around the mouth. By putting it on to a freshly moisturized dry face, this minimizes irritation and peeling. It does not compromise the penetration of the active ingredient Adapalene. Now, while Adapalene is FDA approved for the treatment of acne, it is an acne medication. It also has anti-aging benefits to it. For example, there is a large randomized vehicle-controlled study, and what that means is that some of the people in the study got Adapalene, and some of the people in the study got just the gel without the active ingredient Adapalene in it. And in that study, they looked at 83 people who had pre-skin cancers, which are called actinic keratoses. They also had sunspots or solar lentigos, and a ton of symptoms of photoaging, like wrinkles, discoloration, sagging skin. And in that study, what they did is people got either Adapalene 0.1% gel, which is what is available over the counter in Differin and now the Roche Posay product, or people got Adapalene 0.3% gel. So that's a higher percentage strength of Adapalene that is available by prescription only. Or they got just the vehicle alone with no Adapalene in it. They applied that for 4 weeks, and then at the end of the 4-week period, so long as they were tolerating the gel okay, they were then advised to bump it up to twice-a-day application. They were then followed for up to 9 months thereafter. After 9 months, both groups getting Adapalene 0.1% and 0.3% showed a statistically significant improvement in photoaging, and importantly, they had a decreased number of actinic keratoses. In comparison to the vehicle-only group, meaning the group that just got the gel with no Adapalene, those people had no change in their visible signs of photoaging, no change in wrinkles, and importantly, those people actually had an increased number of actinic keratoses, suggesting that, again, like we already know, vitamin A derivatives can help in reducing the number of pre-skin cancers formed. So as it stands now, adapalene, whether that be from Differin gel or this Roche Posay EFFACLAR product, is the most evidence-based anti-aging vitamin A derivative that you can get over the counter without a prescription. If you go into your doctor's office, it's considered maybe second line to tretinoin, but if you go into your doctor's office and you've tried tretinoin and it's too irritating and whatnot, adapalene is something that might be considered because it is a lot less irritating, but is far more active than the over-the-counter cosmeceutical retinols like Rock has a retinol. I mean, there are tons of them out there. Retinols, while they are not super bioactive and they require your skin to do all of this complex choreography on them, we do have some evidence that they do offer some modest improvement. So I'm not saying that retinols are a total waste of time, but as far as stuff that has the most data behind it for an anti-aging benefit, that you can buy without a prescription, it's going to be adapalene, whether that be Differin or Roche Posay. Really no difference. We have another study in support of the use of adapalene for anti-aging purposes. This is one done in 2012, looking at 40 women, Chilean women, who were assessed at baseline and 12 weeks and 24 weeks using adapalene, this time 0.3%, so the higher prescription strength. And at the end of that study, they showed improvement in clinical severity of their photoaging, as well as improvement in measurements of what's called transepidermal water loss, meaning they had overall better skin hydration. They had improved skin elasticity, skin tone was improved, meaning they had brightening of areas of hyperpigmentation. They also had a decreased number of wrinkles. They counted wrinkles throughout the study, and wrinkle number decreased at the end of the study. And another thing they did in this study was they looked at skin thickness by ultrasound. And those individuals in the study using adapalene had improvement in skin thickness on ultrasound. Then in 2018, there was a study done in Brazil, actually, that looked at adapalene 0.3%. So that's the prescription-only strength. They looked at that versus tretinoin 0.05% cream. They had women apply one or the other. And at the end of the study, both groups showed a statistically significant decrease in measurements of photoaging, things like hyperpigmentation. They showed improvement in skin tone, kind of all of some of these same measurements. However, there's no difference in the degree of improvement between either group. So it suggests that Differin might be just as good as tretinoin. Whether or not you even need the higher prescription-only strength is not something that we know. We have other studies showing that the lower percentage strength that is available over the counter works just as well. So this is further data in support of the use of adapalene as an anti-aging ingredient. So in my opinion, if you are interested in using a vitamin A derivative over the counter, one that you buy over the counter, you will be far better served using adapalene, brand name Differin or brand name Roche Posay EFFACLAR, than you would be using a retinol serum, unless you find that adapalene is too irritating. In which case, the next in line actually would be a retinaldehyde, is slightly more bioactive than retinol. I have a video explaining the difference between retinaldehyde and retinol, so that would be the next step down in the ladder, and to pursuing a vitamin A derivative. What I predict will happen though in the next 5 to 10 years is that everybody is going to have an adapalene. Peter Thomas Roth will have one, Olay will have one, Paula's Choice will have one, The Ordinary will have 10 or 20 of them, and you guys will want me to review every single one. But what I would like for you is to read the ingredients and know the science behind adapalene. I want to continue to make videos updating you about research that comes out, studies that come out on the use of adapalene, but know what it can do And be aware that what brands will have to do to set their adapalene apart from Galderma or La Roche Posay is they're gonna start adding a ton of exotic fragrance and essential oils, as they always do, in order to substantiate an increased price point and get you to buy their product over what is already available in good old Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, etc. So, you know, hopefully my videos will inform you about what the active ingredient does and that you don't need all of that other garbage in there mucking things up. Yes, there are other ingredients that go along with adapalene nicely, like benzoyl peroxide, which I've talked about in my videos on Differin. But, you know, things like fragrance and essential oils can really set you up for problems when used alongside adapalene. So be aware of that as they start coming out, because I'm not going to be able to review every single one. I have a feeling that this is coming. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and chit-chatting with you all again about one of my favorite over-the-counter active ingredients, adapalene. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.